I gotta tell you, man, I sat down with Scotty and I realized that his hair was gonna be perfect. So I decided to go fix my hair and I used deodorant instead of hairspray. So my hair smells perfect. But if it looks a little greasy, it's because I used deodorant.
It was all planned. No, it was planned.
It's an honest mistake. It happens, man. It happens.
Hey, if it works,
Anyway, now that we got that out of the way.
You smell good. You smell good.
Let's talk a little bit about the anniversary, man.
So what is it, 10 years now?
10 years, brother.
I've been here too long, man. I think I showed up around, what, the 6-year anniversary, and then we had a few more on after that. Now we got 2020 disasters, and we're all cooped up, and I'm really looking forward to getting together with everybody that we really haven't been able to see as much, and even the guys that we've been fortunate enough to see on a daily basis, but get everybody together, man, and I'm very excited. 10 years, it's a big milestone for everyone. Us, the customers, our friends. I'm excited, so.
So I met Scotty a few times prior to our, I guess 6-year anniversary, or was it the 5-year anniversary?
It was just before the 6.
Yeah, so I'd met Scotty a couple times but didn't really know Scotty. But then Scotty came out to the 6-year anniversary, and I think that's probably when I hired Scotty. He came out just as a customer, and Scotty and I got along well, and so he had a good time at the party. We got along well, and I said, look, I need to bring you on. He had come in several times before that. He'd been like helping organize the humidor and do stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna have to hire you if you keep working, but I kind of said it jokingly, but I think it was right after the anniversary party.
Yeah, and it just fit, it worked, I was happy to jump on board.
So about the anniversary party, man.
Yeah, so, previously we've had a lot of planning, a lot going on, this year there's been a little chaos as far as, or I'd say organized chaos. We've been releasing a lot of cigars, great blends, trying to stay active with everybody, keep fresh stuff coming out. But I haven't heard a whole lot, and I'm your right-hand guy, but I haven't heard a whole lot about what we're doing for the 10. We blasted out a little bit of detail to you guys the other day about some bullet points, but we really haven't dug into the details too much. So what do we got planned?
So I've had my head down and I've been working, man. The anniversary party is always important to me, and we had all but scratched it this year. We talked about how to do it here. Can we rent tents? Can we do it out in the parking lot? And then we're gonna have people inside. How are we gonna manage that? And we just kept coming to roadblocks, right? Like, our anniversary party is important. It's important to me. I know that it's important to you, but more importantly, I think it's important to a lot of our customers. And I just thought, like, 2 tents in the parking lot, like, doesn't reek of an anniversary party, right? Yeah. Like, we can do that. Like, I think there's a time
We're not going
and
to
place to do
shortchange
that.
anybody. We're going to do it right.
So I found a venue that's 3 minutes from here, and it has indoor-outdoor space. And one thing that I thought about this year is that, I want to bring back a lot of the customers we hadn't seen in a while. I want to give them a safe environment. I want to make sure we're in compliance. It's been really tough to be a cigar shop owner the last 8-9 months now. But I wanted to make sure that we did it in a way where we didn't get shut down. I wanted to do it in a way that that provided a good experience for our customers. But ultimately, it's got to be a big thank you party. I mean, that's really what it's about. And every year that we've had success, every year that we've faced adversity and we overcome adversity, it's important to me to say thank you to the customers. And this is really the party to do that. It's not a party where we're cramming sales down their throat, buy this, buy that. This is really an opportunity for us to get together, toast a champagne glass, have some good food, really get to know each other better. And I thought it would be kind of cool this year, since we have an indoor-outdoor environment, to be able to invite some of the wives. So if you want to come stag, that's perfectly fine. I understand cigars are some people's escape from the home. But it's going to be Friday, October 30th, and we have an environment where we can have some indoor activities. We can still have some fresh air, but then we can also have a lot of outdoor fun. And so the weather should be perfect. We've got a covered area just in case it rains. You never know in Texas.
So we've got conditions for everybody, guys, girls, indoor, outdoor.
And what I want to do is I want to make it a comfortable environment where, like, girls aren't coming in. Like, if you remember last year's anniversary party, we probably had 200 people in and out of here.
We had a lot of people in, yeah.
Throughout the course of the night, not all at one time, if the fire marshal's listening, but we had a couple of hundred people here over the course of the night. And and I'd say that some of our women cigar smokers, some of the wives that we have relationships with, felt comfortable coming, but it was smoky. Like, I mean, it's an indoor environment. So this year, what we're going to do is we're going to do all the cigars are going to be outside. Food, drinks, entertainment is going to be inside. But then I'm also working on some stuff that I haven't really announced yet, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a champagne tasting. I'm gonna bring out a sommelier, something like that. Do something for the women inside so that they can take a little 30, 45 minute break, and then they can also come out and socialize with us outside. So I'm excited about that. We've got an excellent cigar that we're releasing on the 23rd, so 1 week prior. But we're gonna do all the same stuff. That's what's really cool about it. So we're gonna have the music, we're gonna have either a photo booth or a photographer there. We're gonna have great snacks to eat. We're gonna have great drinks. We're gonna have socializing, and we're really just we're gonna do this thing right. So I'm excited about that, and then really just to bring everybody together and say thank you, and just I talk to people all day, and what's crazy is one guy comes in and says that this whole COVID thing has been devastating to him, right? And the next guy's in a business that benefited from it. But regardless of your position on this, or whether you've been on the receiving side of this, or you've been burnt by it, there's just a lot of tension out there right now.
Yeah, people are on edge. It's an uneasy time.
Cigars is a fantastic way to relax in general, but I think we all need a good party, just to come back together and just have fun. And so that's really my goal is I'm not gonna I hadn't even looked at the budget, right? The budget is whatever everything costs, right?
And the fact that it's off-site, whether it was on purpose, accident, this is better. We get to have more people. I mean, more fun around. More people can bring their spouse. So I think it'll be a great time, especially adding the tastings, special one-on-one time, and it'll be a blast. I'm looking forward to it big time.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate everything you've done over the last year. I appreciate everything our customers have done to make us successful over the last year. It hasn't been without challenges, but we're here today. We're going to celebrate on the 30th, and we can't be more excited about that. I wanted to end this by doing something that, not to say we've never done before, but I was going to ask you to identify the Anniversary 10 cigar. Now, in all fairness, I wanted to do this without you ever trying it. But you snuck one in the other day, so you've tried it.
Well, I snuck one in when it first landed, so it's still not even fresh in my mind, and we'll see what happens.
So here's what I want you to put on that blindfold. Scott carries a blindfold everywhere, by the way.
With hair like this, you gotta be ready.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I've got two cigars. I've got one that Scott smokes on a regular basis. Say on a regular basis. I think it's in his rotation for sure.
So that means if I mess this up, I'm fired?
Well, I don't know that you're fired, but it's gonna be a little bit weird for sure. And then we have the 10th anniversary cigar. And what I want to do is I want to have you. I'm gonna just give you them in any order. Two cigars. You tell me if this is the familiar smoke, and you tell me it's the anniversary cigar. And then I want you to tell me what you think about the anniversary cigar, if you get it right. If not, tell me what you think about the other cigar. All right, so I picked two cigars in the exact same ring gauge.
Okay.
Blindfold's on. All right, so there's this one. I'm gonna light this thing for you. Try not to catch your hair on fire. Or mine, if deodorant's flammable. All right, now I'm gonna give you the other one. You can kind of go back and forth a little bit, but.
Okay.
Get that hand. Slide this down a little bit. So let's see how good you are, Scotty.
So the problem with the first thing he said about me and my regular cigar is I probably have about half a dozen everyday cigars that since I smoke about 6 a day, all within a similar profile. So this actually is going to be harder than I might realize. All right, I think I'm ready.
All right, let's see what you got, man.
So, am I guessing the first? I'm guessing the 10.
Your left hand, what's in your left hand? Familiar smoke or the anniversary?
So, the left hand is very familiar. One of the familiarities I get is from the taste in general, which I think is going to be Aganorsa.
Definitely Aganorsa.
I don't smoke a lot of Nicaraguan cigars. Aganorsa's just got a beautiful kind of creamy, nutty, peanut buttery little bite to the end of it that's just amazing. It's a medium plus cigar, and I love that flavor, and that's what I'm grabbing out of this one.
So I guess that out of process of elimination, the other one is the
This
10.
must be the 10.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you think about it, man.
So I'd say over the last year and a half or so, I've been smoking more in that Dominican range, you know, jumping outside of Nicaraguan, and this one is coming off a little bit stronger than my typical medium, and even not much stronger, medium plus, but strength in the flavor and richness and complexity. I get the wrapper kind of throws me off.
You can take the bandana off now at this point, or the blindfold off if you want.
There we go, bright lights. So yeah, the wrappers.
So we used the San Andreas wrapper on there, which
I was gonna say maybe Mexican San Andreas.
There's nothing ultra unique about San Andreas other than,
But it gives it so much more to that blend that you don't need a dark Maduro wrapper. There's so much more coming out of this than I would say a dark cigar.
so that cigar ultimately didn't start out as a San Andreas cigar, but we shifted and went to San Andreas. So we did that in partnership with Henderson Ventura, which has been our outlet for all the anniversary cigars. And Henderson has got a great relationship with the biggest and best grower in the San Andreas Valley. It started out as a Habano, but the San Andreas just gave it a little bit of earthiness to kind of rounded out that cigar. And I tell you that San Andreas was like perfectly fermented, and I think it's about as good of a Mexican San Andreas wrapper as you're gonna get. And then, you know, kind of as a nod to you and a lot of our Nicaraguan smokers, we've got a little bit of Condega in there. And then we use a lot of Dominican tobaccos. But what I did is what I always do when I go to Henderson. You know, what I want is his very best tobacco. A lot of people ask, why do we only do 100 boxes? Well, one, because I've got an ego and I like selling that shit out quick. But more importantly, the real answer is I utilize his best, most perfectly fermented, most aged tobacco. And so we use some tobaccos that he used in his other blends, but we took the best of the best and we put them together. So we've got...
And when I smoke this, that's kind of what I'm getting is, oh, hey, maybe it's this cigar or this cigar. Because like I said, I smoke about 6 a day that are different, but are kind of in the same family. And this really, in a way, kind of hits all those notes, you know, grabbing from those cigars. And it's, I mean, shoot, we need more than 100 boxes, man.
So we used a Condega that he uses in the King's Gold. We used some of the tobacco he uses in the Adventura Blue, which is one of my favorites. And then some that I believe he probably had set aside, I'm not sure, but maybe for the Conqueror Lancero. But really what we do when we're gonna make 1,000 cigars is we go and we just say, what is the best of the best? And then how do we cook with those ingredients, right? And so I hope we nailed it, man. What do you think?
You nailed it. Like I said, we need more than 100 boxes. I smoke 6 a day, man.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, thank you for doing a video with me, brother. Thanks for talking about the anniversary party. I look forward to seeing everybody on the 30th. It's going to be a good time, and I really want you to be there. I want you to bring your significant other, if that seems appropriate. And I really just want to shake everybody's hand.
Or fist bump.
Yeah.
Shake or fist bump.
Whatever's appropriate. Whatever's appropriate. But I really just want to say thank you to everybody for being supportive. Over the last 6 years of my career, over the last 4 years of Scotty's career, and the 10 years that Renegade's been in existence. So let's toast to the future.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.